Hello, chess family. It's me, National Master Jesse James, and it's time for another installment of Instructive Chess Miniatures. Here we go again. This time we're going to be taking a look at one of Tao's Instructive Chess Miniatures, which is not too crazy to think about. And this one, well, it's going to be a fast game, so let's get to it. We start up with e4, g6, the modern defense. d4, bishop g7. Knight c3, this is the main line whenever they do play this modern variation. Pawn to d6, knight to f3. Pawn c6, bishop to g5. A very interesting move here that you don't typically see too often, at least whenever I'm playing my chess games. I also like to get a little bit more aggressive with my openings and play something like pawn f4 for the Austrian attack, or maybe just play something simple like bishop e3, the 150 attack. With that being said, I'm not one to question Tao, and well, knight f3 is still a very popular move in the position. c6, bishop g5. Yeah, bishop g5 actually is a pretty popular move here, and has a really good win ratio here with a good 50%. In fact, this is a top move by the computer. I have to check this out. Now queen b6 got played, and well, in the style of Tao, you can see black did develop with the threat here by trying to attack the pawn on b2. And, well, you know, I don't know. You think Tao's really going to defend his pawns? Of course not. Queen d2 just gets played, and here the pawn on b2 is just hanging. So, well, this is the wrong strategy, especially against Tao. Queen takes on b2, taking Tao's free pawns, right? Of course, after this, you get a free tempo with rook over to b1, queen to a3, and well, let's just keep developing our pieces. The next piece we're going to move is our bishop, most likely, since we want to castle. Bishop c4 got played, and queen to a5. I mean, you could definitely say that, you know, black has won a pawn, although you can see that he's definitely lacking in his development, and he's moving his queen way too many times in the opening. The hard part is, of course, trying to punish him for this kind of mistake. In fact, the refutation of this idea that he does, Tao, it's really hard for me because, man, sacrificing whenever you're already down material can be a bit intimidating. With that being said, castles here, a move I would definitely play. Pawn to e6, again, just another wasted move here. But it's really hard to try to find something that's a bit more pragmatic or something you could try to do. For instance, I would love to try and bring the knight out, but this is the problem, right? The knight can't go to h6 or else you just take. Knight f6, you're just asking for e5, trying to open up the game. And with pawn exchanges, already this is a +5 position, meaning white's already up a full rook as far as material goes. Even though the rook has not been won yet, the potential is just there. So here, well, he plays pawn to e6. And, well, it doesn't take Tao too long to start realizing the weaknesses behind this. But development is development. Rook fe1. Pawn to a6. Another pawn move. Bishop to f4, attacking the undefended d6 pawn. And this is a nice move because it's going to try to entice black to play the move that he's going to play. And this is exactly what Tao wants. Pawn to e5. Why does Tao want this? Because remember, whenever you're attacking, you need open files and diagonals. And this is whenever what I mean by that is you want pawn trade so you can open up the file. You're going to see how this becomes very important pretty soon. Pawn takes, of course, because this is what he wants. Pawn takes back. If you try to take back with the bishop, ooh, this is probably, yeah, this is just even worse. Here, bishop takes on e5, pawn takes on e5, and you can see that the d6, the e5 pawn is really weak. And, well, I don't want to go too deep into this line. I will just say here white is up an extra queen as far as the material goes for the computer. Let's go back to the game. D takes on e5, and here queen to d6 gets played exclam. And this is the kind of move I'm talking about that can be very hard for most people to see. Although it's very, very principled here to play like this. Because, well, you got the extra material, but it doesn't matter if you're not going to be using it, right? So here, Tao is just going for the attack right away, putting pressure on the e5 pawn, and, well, look at these open files here. You know something's going to be happening. And, well, it looks like his opponent was just, you know, all about the free material and takes the free knight. All right, well, Tao makes one more preparatory move. Rook e to d1, threatening the checkmate here on d8. And black went ahead and played knight to d7, and, well, it's forced checkmate in 5 here. Feel free to push pause if you want to try and figure this out. Mind you, I don't think this is a very easy checkmate, but it is still there. All right, hopefully you pushed pause. Hopefully you tried to figure it out. I mean, look at this. All the pieces by Tao are all out and working, and asleep. So it's not too crazy to see that there's a checkmate. Remember, look for forced moves. So we start up with bishop takes on f7 check. If you don't take, you're just losing. It's still checkmate in 4 moves either way. In the game, well, he took, of course, as I would think this person would. Remember, queen can't checkmate by herself. Knight g5 check. King back to e8. You see the next move? queen e6 check. And, well, at this point, black just went ahead and resigned, seeing the ending coming. But here, there's really nothing good to do. In all moves, it's going to be checkmate in at least 2 moves here. If knight e7 gets played, a very beautiful and, well, standard checkmate. Queen f7 check, king d8, knight e6 checkmate. How beautiful. And, well, if the king tries to run away, again, with king to d8, the same kind of idea happens here. Knight to f7 check, king to c7, and checkmate in 1. What do you play? Of course, queen to d6, making you can't get to the escape score on b8. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this instructive chess miniature by Tal. We'll see you in the next video.